If you're thinking about making a move to Jacksonville, Florida, I've got some fun and little known facts to share with you. Don't go anywhere. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrea. I'm a realtor and longtime resident of Jacksonville, Florida. If I can help you figure out if Jacksonville is the right place for you, my contact information is always in the description. I'd love to hear from you, or just drop a comment below. Today I want to share 15 interesting and fun facts about Northeast Florida, and be sure to stick around for all of them. Some of these may end up surprising you. Let's jump right in. Number 1. Jacksonville is the largest city by area in the continental United States, covering 840 square miles. I mentioned this one in a lot of my videos because the size of our area can be a bit overwhelming, especially when you're trying to figure out where to live. You can check out this other video for more about that. But some of the advantages to our size is because Jacksonville is so spread out, we do have more open spaces, trees, and greenery. And even though our population was last estimated at nearly 1.1 million people in Duval County alone, in a lot of ways, we have more of a small town feel versus many other cities in Florida. The size also helps us experience less traffic and crowds than other major cities. Number 2. Jacksonville was named after President Andrew Jackson, big surprise, who was the first military governor of the Florida Territory. The name was suggested by Isaiah Hart, who was a major landowner at the time. But oddly, Andrew Jackson never lived or even visited the town, and only inhabited Florida for a very brief time. Number 3. Kona Skate Park in Jacksonville is the world's oldest privately owned skate park. It's located in the Arlington area of town and built in the late 70s. It's attracted skaters from across the country, and it's helped shape what skateboarding is today. Number 4. Did you know Jacksonville is the smallest city by population to have an NFL team? The Jaguars began playing in 1995 as an expansion team of the NFC. And although the team has had a bit of a rough history, fans are excited about the team's future and upcoming improvements to Everbank Stadium. In fact, some major renovations were just recently announced, will include shade on all seats, a 360-degree concourse, increased space for operations, and better vertical transportation. Number 5. Jacksonville has one of the largest urban park systems in the U.S., with over 80,000 acres of parks. We have a wide variety of walking and biking trails, playgrounds, fishing, kayaking, and boat ramps, and there are even more parks in the surrounding counties. The largest park is the Timaquan Ecological and Historic Preserve. It's located in the Fort Caroline area. It consists of 46,000 acres of wetlands, marshes, beautiful beaches, unique wildlife, and historic sites. It's a must to explore. Number 6. One of the most destructive fires in Florida history occurred here in Jacksonville, leading to significant urban redevelopment. Started by a spark from a kitchen fire at a downtown mattress factory in 1901, it destroyed 146 city blocks. The city spent the next decade rebuilding the downtown area. The Museum of Science and History has an extensive exhibit about the Great Fire and the rebuilding process. Be sure to check it out. Number 7. In the early 20th century, Jacksonville was known as the winter silent film capital of the world, before Hollywood took over. The warm climates and access to the transcontinental rail lines made it one of the best places to make movies, and it was once home to over 30 film studios. Number 8. Jacksonville is considered the birthplace of the Southern rock genre, with bands like Lynyrd Skynyrd and the Allman Brothers bands originating here. There are several historic sites around town named in honor of Ronnie Van Zant, including his childhood home on the west side of town. And if you're ever in a local bar when a Lynyrd Skynyrd song comes on, you will immediately feel the nostalgia. And you should probably at least pretend to know the words and sing along. Number 9, the Northeast Florida area is home to diverse wildlife, including manatees and dolphins, which I've spotted often in the river, tons of birds like ospreys, and even bald eagles. Possums and raccoons can be a common sight, and of course, we do have alligators. It's actually not very common to see them. Occasionally, they'll show up on the golf course or in a neighborhood pond, but despite what you may have seen on the internet, the chances of seeing them walking down the sidewalk or anywhere near your home are pretty slim. What you will find in abundance here are lizards. They're everywhere, but they're completely harmless, and they eat the undesirable insects like flies and mosquitoes. So I suggest letting them be. Number 10, the famous Ponce de Leon's Fountain of Youth is located about 45 minutes south of Jacksonville in St. Augustine. But Jacksonville was actually part of the original exploration. The archaeological park that's there today is a tribute to the spot where Ponce de Leon was supposed to have landed, although there's no historical or archaeological evidence to support that claim. It's still a popular attraction for locals and tourists and makes for a fun day trip. Number 11, Friendship Fountain is one of the city's most beloved landmarks. When it was opened in 1965, it was one of the largest self-contained fountains, built with 3 pumps that could push 17,000 gallons of water per minute up to 100 feet in the air. It's located in San Marco on the south bank of the river, and it's recently undergone some renovations. And now the fountain includes a really pretty choreographed light show that can be seen from either side of the river. Number 12. Jacksonville has the 3rd largest military presence in the country, with multiple bases, including Naval Air Station Jacksonville, located on the west side of town, Naval Station Mayport, located about 15 miles east of downtown, and the Naval Submarine Base at Kings Bay, just north of downtown Jacksonville. This strong military presence not only has a significant economic impact, but also provides stability and diversity in our community. Number 13, the entire Northeast Florida area is a golfer's paradise, with 21 golf courses just in Jacksonville city limits, 9 of which are public courses, and there are another 19 courses that are both public and private within 20 miles of Jacksonville. We're also home of the PGA Tour headquarters and the Players' Championship at TPC Sawgrass that takes place in Ponte Vedra Beach every year in March. As a fairly new golfer myself, I've really loved exploring all of these options. Number 14, Jacksonville houses a major branch of the Mayo Clinic, offering top-tier medical care and research facilities. The Mayo Clinic is the #1 hospital in Florida, according to News and World Report, and they're often acknowledged among the very best in the nation for specialties like cardiology, neurology, and orthopedics, just to name a few. The Mayo Clinic campus is located on the south side, about 10 miles from downtown Jacksonville. And number 15, the city has a rich cultural diversity, hosting various events throughout the year, celebrating our melting pot of cultures, including the Jacksonville Jazz Festival. It's one of the largest jazz festivals in the US. And you can experience a unique blend of festivals, live music, and art events and exhibits. We are home to more than a dozen museums and interactive exhibits, including the Cummer Museum of Art and Gardens, the Ritz Theater and Museum, the Museum of Contemporary Art, and Kingsley Plantation, to name a few. All right, thanks for joining me today. I hope you found some of these fun facts as interesting as I did. And as always, if I can help answer any questions you might have about living in Northeast Florida, reach out to me anytime. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up with what's happening in our area. I'll see you next time.